We have a great fight card happening in May. UFC 288 will be happening in Newark, New Jersey, and is being headlined by Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo for the bantamweight championship. This fight is going to be insane. You should not overlook this fight or this card. There will be a lot of action happening, I promise you. Aljamain Sterling, the bantamweight champion, is 22-3 with 3 title wins and 2 title defenses. Although his first title win came from a DQ against Peter Yan, Aljamain Sterling put on 2 back-to-back performances against Peter Yan to have his first title defense and against TJ Dillashaw. Now, many people think Aljamain Sterling is not a true champion because of his performances against Peter Yan and TJ. When fighting Peter Yan, Aljamain won mainly by taking the back of Peter Yan and landing clit strikes to take over the rounds, but didn't do much other than that. It was a split decision win, but Aljamain rightfully won the fight. In Sterling's second title defense, he was facing former champion TJ Dillashaw, who went into the fight with a dislocated shoulder. Now, I personally don't think this win means much, because TJ Dillashaw looked really bad and literally didn't do anything because his shoulder was coming out of socket multiple times in the fight. Nonetheless, Aljamain won in the second round and quite literally beat up TJ. Aljamain is a great fighter, and I think he will show a lot of people in this fight who he really is. Aljamain Sterling is a dynamic and versatile fighter who has incredible grappling and submission skills. He has a long reach, excellent footwork, and high fighting IQ. Sterling uses his range of movement to control the pace of the fight and force his opponents into making mistakes. He also has an excellent ground game with a variety of submissions that he can use to finish fights. Aljamain Sterling has some underrated stats. Sterling lands 4.70 significant strikes per 15 minutes with a 51% striking accuracy. Sterling lands 1.98 takedowns per 15 minutes with a 41% takedown defense, which isn't great, but because Aljamain has great submissions, he likes to be on his back. This is nothing to be concerned by, and you should expect his takedown defense to be lower. Now, the opponent Aljamain Sterling is facing is a former bantamweight champion, flyweight champion, and Olympic gold medalist, and that is Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo is, in my opinion, one of, if not the best mixed martial artist of all time. He is the only athlete in UFC history to win gold medals in both Olympic wrestling and the UFC. Henry Cejudo is a powerful wrestler with a strong striking game. He has an Olympic gold medal in freestyle wrestling and uses his grappling skills to take his opponents down and control the fight. He is known for his powerful striking and explosive takedowns, which makes him a dangerous opponent for anyone. Henry Cejudo has great wins over Demetrius Johnson, TJ Dillashaw, Dominic Cruz, and Marlon Moraes. Henry lands 3.92 significant strikes per 15 minutes with a 45% striking accuracy. He also lands 2.12 takedowns per 15 minutes, which is a little more than Aljamain, and has a 93% takedown defense, which is insanely high. This fight has so many outcomes, and you should expect a high IQ fight from both fighters. I think this fight comes down to Aljamain's striking and durability to Cejudo and his willing to take risk on the ground and test Cejudo's submission game. I think Aljamain is a great striker, and people overlook that. Because Aljamain is a ground special artist, I feel like Sterling, if he can land good shots and prevent the takedowns from Cejudo, he can win. Cejudo is a -115 and Sterling is a -105, so this is a pick'em and a very close fight in the odds maker's mind. If I had to pick who I think would win, I would favor Henry Cejudo. I think Henry is a well-rounded fighter, and the reason why he is so good is because of his ability to adapt throughout the fight. If you go back and watch Henry fight Marlon Moraes, he was losing the fight due to Marlon's pressure and leg kicks. After the first round, Henry adjusted his game plan, started to implement more significant strikes and land more 1-2 shots to force Marlon on his back foot. Henry adapted in that fight and changed his approach and ended up beating Marlon in the third round due to TKO. I think Henry's overall striking and his power will overwhelm Sterling, and I don't see Sterling taking down Henry. So in my opinion, unless Sterling takes more risk and go for the Hail Marys, I don't see how he can outstrike, outpower, or outlast Cejudo. I think both fighters have a great chance in winning, but I would just favor Cejudo's chances a little more. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.